The future depends on what we do in the present. It's easy to stand in the crowd, but it takes courage to stand alone. Our greatest ability as humans is not to change the world, but to change ourselves. Service without humility is selfishness and egotism. It does not require money to live neat, clean, and dignified. My life is my message. Speak only if it improves upon the silence. Satisfaction lies in the effort, not in the attainment. Relationships are based on 4 principles: respect, understanding, acceptance, and appreciation. Hate the sin, love the sinner. It's easy to stand with the crowd. It takes courage to stand alone. Strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will. Strength does not come from winning. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength. Carefully watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Manage and watch your words, for they will become your actions. Consider and judge your actions, for they have become your habits. Acknowledge and watch your habits, for they shall become your values. Understand and embrace your values, for they become your destiny. The enemy is fear. We think it is hate, but it is fear. Seek not greater wealth, but simpler pleasure, not higher fortune, but deeper felicity. Be the change you are trying to create. Our greatest ability as humans is not to change the world, but to change ourselves. There are 2 days in the year that we cannot do anything: yesterday and tomorrow. In doing something, do it with love or never do it at all. There are 2 days in the year that we cannot do anything: yesterday and tomorrow. There is a sufficiency in the world for man's need, but not for man's greed. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Those who know how to think need no teachers. What barrier is there that love cannot break? A coward is incapable of exhibiting love. It is the prerogative of the brave. Full effort is full victory. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. It is health that is real wealth, and not pieces of gold and silver. Honest disagreement is often a good sign of progress. Each night, when I go to sleep, I die. And the next morning, when I wake up, I am reborn. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. Be the change you wish to see in the world. The real ornament of a woman is her character, her purity. Look at the sparrows, they do not know what they will do in the next moment. Let us literally live from moment to moment. Man should forget his anger before he goes to sleep. Man often becomes what he believes himself to be. If I keep on saying to myself that I cannot do a certain thing, it is possible that I may end by really becoming incapable of doing it. On the contrary, if I have the belief that I can do it, I shall surely acquire the capacity to do it even if I may not have it at the beginning. Gentleness, self-sacrifice, and generosity are the exclusive possession of no one race or religion. Do not judge others. Be your own judge, and you will be truly happy. If you try to judge others, you are likely to burn your fingers. To lose patience is to lose the battle. There is nothing that wastes the body like worry, and one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything whatsoever. Many people, especially ignorant people, want to punish you for speaking the truth, for being correct, for being you. Never apologize for being correct, or for being years ahead of your time. If you're right and you know it, speak your mind. Speak your mind. Even if you are a minority of one, the truth is still the truth. A no uttered from deepest conviction is better and greater than a yes merely uttered to please, or what is worse, to avoid trouble. Knowledge gained through experience is far superior and many times more useful than bookish knowledge. A man is but the product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. If you want to change the world, start with yourself. They cannot take away our self-respect if we do not give it to them. The enemy is fear. We think it is hate, but it is fear. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. To lose patience is to lose the battle. No man loses his freedom except through his own weakness. It's the action, not the fruit of the action, that's important. You have to do the right thing. It may not be in your power, may not be in your time, that there'll be any fruit. But that doesn't mean you stop doing the right thing. You may never know what results come from your actions. But if you do nothing, there will be no result. My faith is brightest in the midst of impenetrable darkness. The law of love could be best understood and learned through little children. Truth without humility would be an arrogant caricature. Strength does not come from physical capacity, it comes from an indomitable will. Your action expresses your priorities. That service is the noblest which is rendered for its own sake. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. For me, the different religions are beautiful flowers from the same garden, or they are branches of the same majestic tree. Therefore, they are equally true, though being received and interpreted through human instruments are equally imperfect. Even if the paradise of material satisfaction, which they envisage as their final goal, were realized on earth, it would not bring mankind either contentment or peace. To believe in something and not to live it is dishonest. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. When there is war, the poet lays down the lyre, the lawyer his law reports, the schoolboy his books. I suppose leadership at one time meant muscles, but today it means getting along with people. The real love is to love those that hate you, to love your neighbor even though you distrust him. You must not lose faith in humanity. Humanity is an ocean. If a few drops of the ocean are dirty, the ocean does not become dirty. Truth is by nature self-evident. As soon as you remove the cobwebs of ignorance that surround it, it shines clear. It is unwise to be too sure of one's own wisdom. It is healthy to be reminded that the strongest might weaken and the wisest might err. The future depends on what you do today. You can chain me, you can torture me, you can even destroy this body, but you will never imprison my mind. A small group of determined and like-minded people can change the course of history. To give pleasure to a single heart by a single act is better than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. It is the quality of our work which will please God and not the quantity. Nobody can hurt me without my permission. Man becomes great exactly in the degree in which he works for the welfare of his fellow men. When you are right, you have no need to be angry. When you are wrong, you have no right to be angry. Nothing has saddened me so much in life as the hardness of heart of educated people. Nonviolence is a weapon of the strong. If we want to reach real peace in this world, we should start educating children. The only tyrant I accept in this world is the still voice within. Live simply so that others may simply live. The true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members. Our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization. Faith is not something to grasp, it is a state to grow into. There is nothing that wastes the body like worry, and one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything whatsoever. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. A person who is worried about the outcome of his work does not see his goal. He sees only his opposition and the obstacles before him. There is more to life than increasing its speed. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's needs, but not every man's greed. Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to cope with it. Life is but an endless series of experiments. Prayer is the key of the morning and the bolt of the evening. Whenever you are confronted with an opponent, conquer him with love. Where there is love, there is life. Truth resides in every human heart, and one has to search for it there and to be guided by truth as one sees it. But no one has a right to coerce others to act according to his own view of truth. Take care of this moment. It's not too late at all. You just don't yet know what you are capable of. Truth is one, paths are many. Find purpose. The means will follow. Self-respect knows no considerations. Compassion is a muscle that gets stronger with use. Action expresses priorities. A man who was completely innocent offered himself as a sacrifice for the good of others, including his enemies, and became the ransom of the world. It was a perfect act. Common sense is the realized sense of proportion. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. The future depends on what you do today. Whenever you have truth, it must be given with love, or the message and the messenger will be rejected. Doubt is invariably the result of want or weakness of faith. The difference between what we do and what we are capable of doing would suffice to solve most of the world's problems. God has no religion. Nothing is impossible for pure love. True beauty consists of purity of heart. There is no school equal to a decent home and no teacher equal to a virtuous parent. Silence becomes cowardice when occasion demands speaking out the whole truth and acting accordingly. Every home is a university and the parents are the teachers. There is no way to peace, there is only peace. I do believe that, where there is only a choice between cowardice and violence, I would advise violence. I would rather have India resort to arms in order to defend her honor than that she should, in a cowardly manner, become or remain a helpless witness to her own dishonor. But I believe that nonviolence is infinitely superior to violence. Forgiveness is more manly than punishment. Healthy discontent is the prelude to progress. Prayer is a confession of one's own unworthiness and weakness. Imitation is the sincerest flattery. To give pleasure to a single heart by a single act is better than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. Peace is its own reward. It is better to allow our lives to speak for us than our words. I am a humble but very earnest seeker after truth. Loved for his calm composure and humble simplicity, Mahatma Gandhi is known for unifying more than 200 million people with his peaceful phrases yet powerful actions. Even though he was assassinated in 1948, people today still see him as an emblem of peace. Mahatma Gandhi rose to fame through his peaceful protests regarding India's freedom from British colonizers. Revered the world over for his nonviolent philosophy, Gandhi pioneered some of the peaceful acts civil rights activists still use today, like marches and controversial ones like hunger strikes. When you need a phrase or two to keep going during times of hardship, or just a wise word or two, these Gandhi quotes will for sure bring you peace of mind.